All right, what's up, Tycoon? Super excited for today's video. We are going to be looking at the top stocks over the last month in all of my short squeeze plays. Okay, so in my opinion, for the past month, it has been short squeeze season, and there's been lots of plays that have been just running up massively. Okay, over 10% a day, and plenty of plays over 50% in the last month, even more than 100% in the last month. Okay, so if you want to know what stocks I'm looking at specifically on this watch list, look at this area right here. Okay, this is my short squeeze watch list for the short term. Okay, and it's giving you all the stocks. We're going to go over them each individually. Okay, we're going to start off with none other than AMC. Okay, AMC and GME are the mother and the father of the squeeze stocks. All right, and I just want to show you guys here recently. All right, the reason I'm saying is short squeeze season. All right, look at this rally here. All right, within 58 days, aka 2 months, 140% up on AMC. Okay, we're gonna go to bingo. Bingo, I have shares. I have been killing, murdering bingo. Okay, we'll go to the options trading tycoons Discord real quick. Okay, and I just want to show you guys the insane profits that we've been getting on bingo. Okay, I entered bingo over a month ago, right? This was a while ago. Okay, and we're gonna look at our stock callouts right now. And remember, we trade options a lot in the options trading tycoons Discord, but I just want to emphasize, look at this right here. Okay, this is a 130% gain off of shares. Okay, not options, but actual just shares. Okay, so this call out was made a while ago. If we look at BNGO, okay, I got BNGO shares here. All right. Much previously. Okay. So I bought them in July 18th at $1.59. All right. And we'll go ahead and take a look at the chart. Right. And the chart is showing us that we have progressed much, much further past that on BNGO, right? We recently just came up to about $4.36. That's actually when I took profits. Okay. So, if you want to get in on the options trading tycoons Discord and get these massive profits and kind of have an idea when to sell, what I did was actually sold covered calls against my shares at this level up here, right? So when we peaked, I knew that this was a very good critical level to watch on our, volume profile, right? I knew that this was an area of high volume, right? This was a high volume node. So what I did was I went ahead and sold some calls against the shares that I owned, right? As a way to maximize profit. Okay. So, initially when I got in, if you would have bought 100 shares, it was only about a $159 to get into the play, right? If we look at the Discord today, okay, you can see that I went ahead and put out in the call outs that I sold some covered calls right here at 40 cents per contract. Okay. So this is about $40. This is initially 25% of the initial cost of the $159 I put in for 100 shares, right? Now, of course, I had more than 100 shares in this play, but I closed all except for 100 and sold a covered call just to gain an initial 25% on the original premium that I paid. Okay. Next one is going to be CTRM. Okay. CTRM has been performing very, very well here recently. Okay. If we look at the lows to the highs, okay, that is a 41% increase within the past month. Okay. So in the past month, this has gone up about 40%. DDD, this is a 3D printing stock. 3D printing stocks have been very, very high. Okay. One of the stocks that we're going to cover later is VLD. All right. VLD is a 3D printing stock that has recently been squeezing very, very hard. But if we went over and you bought in at either this or this entry level, right, that I initially gave you guys for VLD, spotting the initial bullish divergences, right? And a bullish divergence is when we make a low, a lower low, and a lower low, but we're creating higher lows on the RSI, right? So you can see as I pointed out, we have a bullish channel on the RSI while the price action is actually heading lower. This is what's known as a bullish divergence. Also, we were in our weekly demand zone, and we see that we were able to push very, very high up from that. Okay. Again, if we look at here from the lows of the demand zone up to the recent highs, that was a 58% move in about 54 days. Currently, we're sitting up at about 38% profits on NNDM. All right. The next one is going to be Fubo. All right. Fubo has been extremely, extremely targeted. Okay. I initially had this demand zone up here, all right, for our entry level, right? And we broke through that demand zone very quickly. All right. As you can see here on earnings, okay, we reacted really well to earnings, created a low. All right. And we have recently created a lower low. However, we are starting to create bullish divergence where we're having lower lows on the price action of the stock, but higher lows on the RSI, which stands for the relative strength index. Okay. So that's the reason that we've seen such a big move in ticker symbol Fubo over here recently, right? We look, it just recently hit lows of 232, right? So we'll go down to around these lows and look at the price action. It's up 99% in the past 16 days. Okay. These are huge, huge moves. These are short squeezes happening in the market right now. Now, does this mean the move is over? No, right? So that's why I'm giving you this watch list. Okay. Getty is another one. Okay. Getty is a recent IPO. All right. Getty has been moving massively and very well, right? There's a lot of IPO attackers right now. So when HKD, right, or HDK, whatever it is, the AMTD digital Hong Kong stock, right, when that was pumping up, we saw this stock pumping up as well to 37.88. All right, we've pulled back and we made lows here right around 20. All right, but we've recently propelled up 50% to 31. All right, so again, these are all stocks that you need to pay attention to if you're trying to watch short squeezes. All right, we'll look at GME. Okay, and we'll break down GME. Look at GME. All right, we come from here to our recent highs. Okay, what was that? That was a 140% move in 88 days, right? We'll go to HKD, which has been the mother of all squeezes. And if you watched my video, I told you guys that all of it was going to tank down dramatically. It's down 90% in the past 10 days. And 10 days ago, I posted a video about how this was a huge problem and that there was going to be a huge downside in the market to come on HKD, right? So if you were able to watch the video and short it up here in the 2000 range, you're up nearly 90% on your profits, okay? JMIA has been another one, all right? JMIA saw very, very impressive moves today, all right? I'm very impressed with JMIA. Last time I covered JMIA, I gave you guys the bullish price targets, okay? We had bullish price targets of right over in here. Let me see exactly what they are. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit more. All right. And we had bullish price targets, okay, up here of 695. All right. And then we also had some more bullish price targets above there, okay? We had some bullish price targets up to 7.3, which we can see that we hit very easily. All right. And then the market actually pushed much, much higher, right? And we came all the way up to this level here, okay, near about $10. All right. So we stretched all the way up to close to $10. We have this big daily gap down to be cautious of, back to about 7.3 to 695. So if you're looking to go long here, I would be cautious that we're going to have this eventual pullback to the downside. All right. But again, you know, just another stock, right? If we look at the lows up to the highs, that is an 86% move in the past 25 days. Laser has been killing it. I've posted some videos on Laser. I gave you guys an entry and an exit. Okay, we had a very nice stock pattern forming on the chart here, and I'll zoom in on it so it's a little bit clearer for you guys, just so you can really tell what I'm looking at, right? But I highlighted how we had an entry here, okay, at this level of about 654, okay, and then we were looking to take profit up here at 1344. Now, if you've already been in this play, you're already up massively, right? So there's no reason not to take profit currently along the way up, okay? We had lows of 561, right? And we recently just hit highs within the past 36 days, up 88%. All right. So this is what I mean by like there's plenty of short squeezes going on in the market currently. Okay. And I've been covering most of them. I can't cover all of them. Okay. I can't upload videos all day, every day, but every single week I've been covering at least 2 to 5 different short squeeze plays. Okay. The next one, we'll look at LiDAR. Okay. LiDAR is another one. All right, we'll look at LiDAR, which is in the same sector as laser. Okay. And if you look from the lows of $1.67 up to its recent highs, 63% in the past 40 days. All right. LOTZ has been phenomenal. This is a great short squeeze play to watch out for. Most of the price action happens pre-market though. Okay. So we recently had lows of 37 cents and recently hit highs up about a 100% within 35 days. Okay. Currently it's sitting at a level about 63% up. Right. So, you know, it has fallen down about 30% from those highs, but still up very big on the overall move. Okay. NNDM, this is a 3D printer stock. This also goes along with DDD and VLD. Okay. And again, we're looking here and we'll pull up actually the weekly chart on this one. Okay. And what we're looking for is we're looking for a breakout to the upside of this box consolidation, right? You see how we have this box consolidation. Okay. What we're looking for ultimately is going to be a move and a breakout above this level here to the upside, right? Now, $5 may be our resistance level, so you may want to take profit there, or we could come up to the next volume node closer to $6. Okay. So it's really about your risk to reward ratio. Now, this is not a bad accumulation zone in between 399 and 301, essentially $4 to $3, because we can see that this is an area where we are creating bullish divergences, right? And the RSI is increasing upwards while the price action is remaining within this channel. We did have a look below and fail and come back up and recover to the upside. So be mindful that we could have a look above and fail back to the downside. Again, this is going to be your main accumulation zone between $3, between $4 and $3 essentially, with a stop loss, okay, below this level here, right around $2. All right. So what you would be risking is a move to the upside towards $6 at either $4 or $3. Okay. And have a stop loss right around $2. Right. That is one way to look at this trade. The next one we're going to look at is Palantir. Okay. Palantir has this very nice pattern on the daily chart of reacting over dramatically to the downside and then recovering very well based off of earnings. Okay. So we'll highlight that right here. What I want you to notice is this big gap down initially created off of earnings. All right. So we had a huge gap down right here, and these gaps tend to fill 90 to 95% of the time. And we can look here and see that on the 9th, right around this area is when we had that gap down. Over here is when we filled the gap on the 30th. So within 1 month, we went ahead and filled that bullish gap and went from $6.44 up to highs of about $9.42. So given that we recently have gapped down on earnings once again, as we previously have done in the past, and we have started to show signs of recovery, I am currently in some PLTR longs, right? And this is about a 6-month trade for me, at which point I'll take profits any given time if we fill this gap or this larger gap up to the upside, just depending. And I'm going to hold that position and look to possibly cut or add more longs when we fill the gap to the downside, right? So I had plenty of time on my option contracts in case we stay bullish and fill the gaps to the upside. But if we don't, I have enough time on my contracts to look at repositioning in case we do fill the gap down. All right. Palantir has been massively oversold. It's definitely a good stock to look at for a possible short squeeze candidate with the 2 gaps up to fill. Okay. The next one is going to be RAD. This is Rite Aid. Rite Aid has been freaking killer, man. Honestly, I've been watching Rite Aid since this moment here, right? Like I've been looking to get into it, and I was gonna get into it ever since we got rejected here. All right, I was gonna buy it on this day. I was gonna buy on this day, but ultimately I ended up never buying any Rite Aid. I regret it very much, but this is the reason that I'm putting it on your list. Okay. If you look here, we had recent lows of about $6.78 and came up close to $12. All right. So that right there is about a 100% move almost in the ticker symbol RAD. Now, when you look at it on the long-term perspective, right, from the lows of 468, all right, we had lows of 468 up 150% in 78 days. Okay, so less than 3 months, you tripled your money, right? So Rite Aid has been one of the top performers in my short squeeze watch list, right? Moving from those lows of 468 all the way up to nearly $12. All right. The next stock we're going to look at is going to be REDBOX, and REDBOX has been a very, very big short squeeze candidate. Okay. And I want to break down the volume profile. Okay. So the breakdown on REDBOX is going to be a little bit longer. So if you don't want any REDBOX information, skip about, a minute forward. Okay. We're going to look at the volume profile here, and I'm going to highlight some key things. Okay. This right here and this down here is the highest volume nodes. Okay. So what we do is we move from high volume nodes to high volume nodes, right? So when we saw the price action come down here, we moved up. Okay. As we can see clearly right here, what level is this on our volume profile? It's a high volume node, meaning that, the way the stock market works is price action moves from high volume nodes to high volume nodes. All right. We can see clearly that all of the volume is extremely low above $10, right? Above $10, I would not look at purchasing REDBOX ever, right? Because we can see that there's no volume. We're looking at the volume profile and we're seeing no volume, right? But below $10, we're actually seeing peak volume. So what you want to think of these is support and resistance levels, right? So below this level right here, right about $4, okay, that's going to be a valid support level where we have a high amount of buyers possibly looking to step in. And above there, we can look for the move to $6. So just looking off the volume profile, we can tell that $4 to $6 is a good price range to be looking at. Now, specifically for REDBOX, we do have a daily gap up to fill. Okay, so if we look at that right here, it's going to be this gap essentially right in between here. Okay, so it's about from $3 all the way up to about $3.30. So if you're looking to play that in the short term, what you can be looking for is you can look to see if we catch support down at these levels, right? And we look to see if we find buyers and step back up and move to this level. All right. And we got a couple more stocks. Revlon has been a very big short squeeze candidate. And we can look here that at the last video I posted, I gave you guys 1, okay, 2, and 3 bullish price targets. Right. We have hit all of those bullish price targets. So, if you were trading this, it's been very, very lucrative, right? And you had an idea on where to exit the play versus just being blind and hoping to come into it when it's up here and sell up here, right? What we're doing is we're entering at the lower levels around here, okay, and looking to take profit here, here, and also here. All right. So, I've been giving you guys the game plan, and hopefully you've been understanding the technical analysis. The last stock we're going to look at is going to be skills. Okay. And then actually we'll take a look at a few more. All right. Now, skills has been performing pretty well. I'm still holding a position in skills. And I've showed you guys that I've been up very, very nicely on skills. Right, we're looking at our bullish price targets, and again, we're looking at the same things, right? So above this level here, we have bullish price targets of here, here, and here. these are all areas where I'm looking to take profit. Okay, so if you have positions and you're in our Discord, we know that we're going to take profit either at $1.57, $1.68, or 201, right? So hopefully you guys are catching on to these videos, and if you're not, hopefully you are joining the Discord, okay? Because there's tons of members making money in there. It's not just me who runs it. There's actually 4 other admin traders who actually run the Discord besides me. All right, SoFi is another one. SoFi has been performing very, very well. I've gotten over, 150% profits on SoFi within the past month. We're going to break that down. It's been giving us bullish divergence, which if you watch my videos, you know that I highlight bullish divergence in all of them where we're creating lower lows, right? And we can see that that's clearly the trend, but we're creating higher lows on the RSI, right? So lower lows, higher lows, that's bullish divergence. And that gave us a signal we could see an uptrend in the future. And Skills has been performing really well, right? If we look from its recent lows up to the highs, that was about a 66% increase over the past 30 days. Looking at where it's at right now, it's up about 45% in the past 38 days. Okay. VLD is another one. VLD has definitely been squeezing. Okay. VLD has been looking super, super juicy. We've been talking about this one in the Discord for over a month as one of the admin traders posted, right? And I essentially gave you guys the breakdown in my last video. All right. So, today is kind of like a summary of a ton of videos, but I've been covering a bunch of these stocks individually in individual videos. And I told you guys, if we bounce off here, we're in a strong uptrend. Okay. If we bounce off this level here, we're in a normal uptrend. And if we bounce off the 50%, we're in a weak uptrend. Well, look at where we bounced. We bounced right here at the 38.2. That signifies a very strong normal uptrend. Okay. Meaning a healthy uptrend. And look at how strong the rally's been from $1.28 up to highs of $6 basically. Okay, so 370% in the past 36 days. Super, super squeeze. Okay, tons of stocks just squeezing constantly every single day in the market. We'll look at Froome. Froome is one I've covered extensively. I've dropped about 3 videos on Froome. Okay, and we can see here that we held our support lines, right? We were looking at 2 possible areas for entries on Froome, right? We're either looking for entries off of this trend line right here, okay, or this trend line right here. We can see that 3 days and 6 days and 7 days we have bounced off of this trend line and had a nice move to the upside. And again, we saw that today we had about a 20% increase before dropping down on Vroom and closing the day at about 8% highs. All right, now we do have a bullish gap up to fill in this area. These gaps tend to fill about 90 to 95% of the time. Okay, so what I would do personally is I would look and wait for an entry along this trend line here. And if we don't hold the trend line and we break below, you can cut your losses quickly. But if we hold the trend line, you have a very good profit potential to the upside. All right, so it's a very good risk to reward ratio. VRTS is going to be another one. We'll look at VRTS here recently, and you can see that this one has been performing very, very well. Okay, we look at its recent lows up to its recent highs, and it's up about 30% in the past 30 days. All right. And then we have Wish. All right. Wish is one that I'm definitely watching, and one that I've made a lot of videos on. Super, super heavily shorted. And it's been creating some bullish divergence on the daily chart, right? So we have a few areas to look at for a possible entry. But again, we're just going to be covering the same idea and same thesis. Okay, we're consolidating in these ranges right here, and we're going to be looking for a breakout to the upside to these ranges right here. Okay, for now we are creating lower lows, but also creating higher lows on the relative strength index, indicating that once we do get a breakout from this range, we could have a nice bullish move up to the upside. All right. So these have been the main stocks that I've been watching for short squeezes, the main stocks that I've been trading for short squeezes. And hopefully you learned something from this video and you appreciate it. And I just ask you guys to like, comment, and subscribe.